Good morning. Hello everyone. Well, makes you all think I'm doing a jig. I'm doing a dance. I'm re-jigging. I'm not jigging. Re-jigging. It's not re-dancing. Never heard of re-dancing?
Cable Tie says good morning, CM.
Good morning, Cable Tie. How are you doing? Whoa, why has my logo gone blown out? Logo is blown out. I've done some rearranging of my OBS layout, as you can all see.
Siegfried Homanto says good evening, please.
Good evening, please.
Squirrel says hello all.
Good evening, please.
Cable Tie says I just got out of bed. This is so early.
Sorry, mate. You gotta go back in bed. You can watch in bed. Wow, that logo's super bright. Anyway, Hootsmon. Sorry, I'm just made a bit of a mess on my desktop while I was setting all this up. So I've got a new logo view. Although it's Logitech. It's just terrible. Oh, what happened there? Something just happened to...
Max says her.
Okay, so I'm just looking at my chat stuff. So I've got the logo commands on. All the ones I can remember. So that's my, this is the Ukraine flag should be working now. And I think rainbow should be working again. Let's find out if it crashes. No crash! Yay! Except, why didn't Ukraine work? Oh, because I can't spell. There's an E there. Oh, why doesn't that work? Oh, have I not put it on? Oh, I've not put it on. Okay, I'm gonna have to reflash it. Oh, okay, my bad. FX.
Siegfried Homanto says log is not working today.
Log? Log is not working today. Yeah, I might as well see what I'm doing. Set it to Ukraine. Is that how I called what I called it? Yep, Ukraine. Okay, save that. So, what board are we on? Not the right board. Tiny Pico. Come on, Arduino. Port. The logo. Flash. Oh, Mike's up early as well. Crazy. And Michael. Hello, Michael. Okay, so all that's happening. Oh, and Brad. Hello, Brad. All the local folks are up early. So I'm going to say hi to everyone while that's compiling.
Slarty Buttrest says what century is it? Just woke up.
Slarty Bart Fast. Okay. What century is it? I don't know. So, Jerry, good morning. Tishipu, hello. Embedded Hobbyist, hi. Dave, Paul, Cable Tie. Wow, I'm impressed, mate. I'm impressed how early. Yumbo Prime, hi. Henrik, Monster Mark, Bruce, Andy Day, Loki, Max is here, Photochromax, Hujad, hello. Dutch Taurus, Crazy Roops, Siegfried.
Siegfried Homanto says, not expected maker, I cannot wait for your flow controller for ESC32. I will do it myself.
You can do it yourself? Okay, no worries. Mine's finished though. But you can do it yourself. Good luck. Have fun with that. Sorry, I'm still going. Ian, hello. X Micron.
Siegfried Homanto says, thank you.
Okay, you don't have to voice everything.
Secret Squirrel says all the diodes down my left-hand side ache.
All the diodes down my left-hand side ache. Okay. I don't even know how to pronounce Idirian's name, so I'm going to get that wrong. So, apologies. Okay, it's still going. So, Michael, yep, good morning. Brad, yep. Rhoda, hello. Mike, Christian, hi. Mark Olson, hello. He's lurking. Who have I missed? Luminator, hello. Johnny, hi. Okay, is that everyone? I hope. I hope so. And we reflashed, and now let's see if I can change the logo again. Logo rain. And then see logo Ukraine. They rhyme. Yes. Whoa. That's gone super bright though. Oh, that's too bright. Okay. We are going to get onto something else, but I just want to fix this.
Max says it should sound like Siegfried.
Where is it? Ukraine, right. It'll be too bright. I need to stick some brightness control in.
Test.
Brightness is like a 10. Okay, let's reflash that because that is way too bright. So Mark's doing some coding for Johnny, and Johnny's in the chat. So Johnny knows that. Oh. Johnny knows that Mark's not working. Sprung, Mark. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. Is the chat way delayed? The stream was only 3 seconds delayed, so I don't know. It should be okay. And the stream health looks okay. It says it's an excellent connection. Okay, so well, that's recompiling. Can you not code and watch YouTube at the same time? I can. Actually, I probably can't. I get distracted too easily. Maybe you can. 5 seconds. Ooh. Oh, 5 seconds isn't too bad. Hello, Marius. Okay, sorry, I'm just changing into my live stream chat. I'm a bit distracted. I'm juggling so many things in my head right now. Hey, Emery, how you doing? Hello, Blind Freedom. How's it kicking? It's kicking good. When do we get a Rick Astley mode for the logo? I still have to get... Hey, Graham. So the two things I still want to do on the logo is I want to be able to play back... Video is the wrong word because I'm not going to be able to upload videos to it, right? But, yeah. Bitmap. I want to be able to display bitmapped images, and I want to be able to do animated GIFs. And, yeah, I just need to find time to do that. Emery's in a hotel because his wife is sick with COVID. You're not going to be by your wife's side and care for her while she's sick? Poor wife. Sorry, I didn't mean to judge. I apologise. Okay, I'm going to do the A word. Everyone, sorry, Alexa, turn on fire. Oh. Gee, I gotta do something about this light. It's just intense. Okay, so we're talking We're talking test jigs today. Now, as you know, I have a thing with test jigs. Let me switch cameras. Look, even this view has got a logo on it. How cool is that? Test gigs. So, this is my current design. I wish I could get the camera higher. I can't. Need to make a test jig smaller. This is my current. I'm going to unplug it. So I use these adapters for the power for the Pi. That way they've got a switch so you can turn them on and off, which is really convenient. And so when I move these around, I don't have to get inside here to plug them in and unplug them. So my current test jig, okay, this has got a Pro S3 sitting in it, just for reference. And the clamp area is, well, it's removable, but it's adjustable because not every board has the same position. So like for instance, with the Pro S3, I've got, move in a little bit. With the Pro S3, I've got this vertical stemmer connector, so I've got to be careful when I put it in. I have to move the clamp to the side to clamp it down. I don't want to clamp it where the connector is, right? Every board's different. Every board needs a slightly different position. This works really well. I have yet to break, these are just 3D printed, and I've yet to break one of these. And these test jigs have gone through a lot of boards. A lot of boards. Oh wow, it's actually quite dirty. This needs a bit of a clean.
Next says Test-Jig.
Okay, English please. And for those that aren't aware, the whole test jig uses these changeable adapters. Right? So every board that I flash has an adapter which plugs into here. It's a common header setup that allows me to, so each one of these header pins goes to a 23.
Marius Hire says ooh nice.
23017 IO expander. So 32 different pins I can test, and then the header on the side here takes care of some connection to an external serial UART if the chip has, like a TX and RX pin, and an EEPROM which is on a board. So every board's got an EEPROM, and that is what is used to detect the board. So if I plug the board in, and I, well actually,
Next says it was Test-Jig TED.
Test-Jig TED. Okay, yeah. Don't know what that means. So basically what I can do is I can have, with these, I've got 2 of these built right now. I did have a third, but there's something weird with it. Hey David. So I can plug in, I've got a whole suite of, my S3 boards have got a new red. I've done them all in red so they're easy to identify. So I've got 2 Pro S3 adapters, and then I've got a Tiny S3 and a Feather S3 adapter. The reason I've only got one of each of those is because the way the system's built, these are my previous adapters like Tiny Pico, Feather S2 Neo, whatever else, is the...
Next says meant Test-Jig addicted.
Hey Max. Test-Jig addicted, right, okay. The Feather S2 and the Feather S3 are identical, right? The only difference is when I plug them in, they detect as one or the other, but I can reprogram them. With a couple of button presses over here and then here, I can say that the Feather S2 one is now a Feather S3 one. So I can repurpose these. I've also got a Feather S2 Neo. So I've technically got 3 different adapters that can do any of the feather boards, right? And then I've got Tiny S3, a Tiny S2, and a Tiny Pico. The Tiny Pico can't do the Tiny S2 and the Tiny S3, but those two are the same. So I've got 2 adapters for either of those. So it works out quite well because of the shared formats between all my boards. Now, the problem with the Test-Jig, and the thing I want to look at fixing today, hey Richard, is one of thermals. Now, as those of you that play with Raspberry Pis will know how I'm going to put these back before I kick them out. Okay. Those of you that play with Raspberry Pis know that Raspberry Pis get rather hot. And these are no exception. Now, I built these as a sandwich on top of these argon cases, which is these ones, the Argon Neo. Speaking of Neo, yesterday I watched The Matrix Resurrections again for the second time. Thanks, Andy Mouse. Hello, Andy Mouse, by the way. I watched it for the second time. I watched it when it first came out, and then I had a break. I didn't know what I felt about it, but I watched it again yesterday, and I actually enjoyed it. I liked it, and I don't understand why people are bagging it as much as they do. Whatever, each to their own, but I really enjoyed it. But anyway, I'm only mentioning that now because of the Neo, and I hadn't planned that. Anyway, the Raspberry Pi 4s that do get hot, Johnny. It wasn't that it was better the second time. There was so much anticipation on the first one, like the first time, like so much anticipation that I had too many questions going through my head while I was watching it. But anyway, so the nice thing about these cases are that they don't use a fan, which is good and bad. Be nice if I can open it. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I should say. Okay, out with the knife. I can't even open it. I don't know why. Let's cut it instead. God, I feel like an unco. Why can't I open this box today? This is not how you open a box, but it's like it's expanded in the box or something. It literally won't. Oh, here we go. Won't come out. Well, now I've destroyed the box. Great. It goes in the bin. Hey Desmond, talking about Neo. Are there any plans to make a Feather S3 Neo at some point? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. At the moment, no, because I just don't have the capacity to take on any more board designs. I can't even keep up with what I need to make right now. But possibly in the future, maybe. Possibly look at making one that's got a denser matrix. I'm box challenged. I seem to be. Hey Rob. Do you need to rewatch them before seeing Resurrection? You don't have to. No, I don't think so. It is a continued story, but they explain a lot in it. So, yeah, anyway. So, the nice thing about these cases are... They're all metal, and the metal acts as a heatsink. So, if we get a pie... Here's one I prepared earlier. This one is an apple pie. Not really. A raspberry pie, I should say. Not an apple pie, it's a raspberry pie. Raspberry and apple. Okay, shut up, Sarah. So what's nice about these, it's not going to fit very well because these got heat sinks on it, but it goes over here and acts as a heat sink, right? So this sits over the USB and power area, and then what you do, see they've got up and like indented and extruded bits of metal, you put your thermal paste on here, and that becomes the whole heatsink. It's all metal, and it's pretty cool. It's a much better heatsink than these things, right? It's got a plastic bottom on it that goes underneath, which is fine, and there are some air vents in the bottom. Now the problem is with this, these are on for really long periods of time, and I test a lot of boards in it, and this section here gets really hot. Not hot like I'm going to burn myself, but really hot, like radiates heat. And I get quite a lot of USB issues where I have to restart the USB subsystem because USB just stops working. I have to restart the subsystem and change USB ports. And it tends to happen more the hotter the Pi gets. What? Who did their fan? What? So you're all talking about adding a fan. So that's possibly. The issue is I can't fit a fan. I don't want to make the whole Test-Jig, 2 or 3 centimeters taller to be able to get a fan in there. I can't get a fan and use a heatsinky type case. Squeezing a fan adds this case adds almost no height, right? If you look at this here, it's not that it's adding, it's the thickness of this metal here. It's virtually no height, where a fan is going to add a stack of height. And putting a fan on top here, inside, is not going to work because it's got no way to pull air in or out.
Cable Tie says, how much did you say those Neo cases are?
I can't remember when I bought them. I got them from Core Electronics. I think they're about $35 or $40 each. So what I want to do to start with, right? The fact is, I've made a sandwich here where I've got an acrylic base, and there is a slight air gap in between here. You can't see with the lighting. A very small air gap in between here, and then I've got obviously this PCB over here, and I'm not letting any heat radiate out other than the side. So if I grab my PCBs, there's a few things I can try. I don't mind the idea of putting a fan on, but the fan cannot sit on top of the Pi. It would have to be something on the side that sucks air out. So before we look at doing that, right, there's the board. As you can see, it's quite solid. I've got holes here for this mounting section. I've got traces going right through here, but what I could do is bring a lot of those traces around the outside, like clear up more space here, and put air slots in to allow air to come up and out. So
does the metal case need to transfer the heat? In your case, it's to be PCB above.
Transfer the heat in your case. Well, it's to the PCB, but that's right, to the PCB above and to the side. I need to let air come out of here to start with, right? It's fairly tight. I mean, there's not a lot of gap. I've not left a lot of gap for the heat to transfer out. I mean, the sides are open on purpose, so heat can come out the sides, and it does. But it's this section here that gets the hottest because of the USB. Right, you got to remember, like I'm testing like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boards at a time with these 2 jigs.
Max says, what about an aluminium PCB?
You can't. There's a limitation on what you can do on an aluminium PCB. You can't do the little holes and stuff that I've got on this. You can't do USB mounting slots like this on an aluminium PCB, or not through any of the companies that I've seen that can do it. They're not really designed for fine pitch stuff and small holes. So And I don't want to just add another heatsink. I don't want to turn the PCB into a heatsink. I want to let air come out. How much are they? Oh, $20. There you go. That's, I think, maybe cheaper than what I paid for
The
them.
secret engineer says, why not underclock it? You're not playing games.
Hello, the secret engineer. I guess I can look at underclocking it. I don't know what that's going to do with. I mean, I'm not playing games on it, but I don't know how that's going to interfere with the USB or not. Possibly. Pi outside the jig footprint using I2C cable to connect the fan on the Pi. No, I can't have it outside the jig. I can't make a jig that's this big. Like, my aim is to make 2 or 3 more of these. Like, I need to have... So, okay. Over the next couple of months, I have an extremely large number of boards to test.
Rick the Almighty says just buy a CXNC and design an elaborate heatsink.
Oh, I'd love a CNC. I don't have any space for a CNC. Yeah, so I'm not slowing down the CPU frequency. I could look at doing that, for sure. But there's a couple of easy wins I can do. It's not drips, it should be rain.
Congrats.
What's Photomax saying? Congrats? That's Taurus, it's not, yeah, it's rain, not drips. Small fan to the side and blow air from one side to the other. Right. Okay, I can look at doing the CPU stuff in a moment. Right, so again, putting a fan on the outside of this right now, where I don't have any easy way for the air to escape,
Max says
doesn't make a
ton
lot.
of boards you have to test.
Oh, right, okay, thanks. Fan vertically at the back and 3D printed duct the same width as a PCB. I could, but again, this whole section here, which doesn't even, it's only there for rigidity, is, again, I'm trapping air in by doing that. So my thought is, if I cut out this section here, which could be a place I could do like a side, like a fan that pulls from the side. Hey, 8-bit. And if I cleared up some more space in the middle here, which is just a lot of copper for no real reason, right? And either put some slots in or just cut it right out to let air come out. Also with this clamp bit, I have one printed over here, although it's not cleaned. Right, so this clamp bit here that goes into the bottom of the board. So as I said, it's not been cleaned. I've not taken the support off. Okay, this goes in here. There's an alignment hole. And then that gets screwed in. This doesn't have to be solid like this. Right, I can reprint these with a gap.
Test a small standoff to lift the PCB 2 or 3 millimeters above the heatsink.
Yeah, because the PCB's connected to the Pi, so the 2 or 3 millimeters, it would be based on whatever size header I can get, extension of the header, and so yeah, like I can't just lift it a small amount. I have to lift it whatever the header height is, and like an extension is going to be probably another 5 or 6 millimeters, which makes the whole thing taller. Yes, I could do that. I still think potentially adding some air in would be a simpler, potentially a simpler way. And then the other thing is I don't have to, this doesn't have to be solid either. This whole bottom section, right? There's no reason why there can't be, because there's, as I said, there's holes at the bottom of this. I didn't really think about the heat impact of this when I started doing it. I really didn't, yeah, anyway. So these holes here that are supposed to let air out are being blocked by this acrylic. So I can put slots in the acrylic here as well to allow air to come through. Right now I'm using these screws as little standoffs, but I could actually put standoffs here and make this sit higher right, to having an air gap underneath as well, and slots in here will let more air come out the bottom. So I think there's a few things I can do before I need to stick a fan on. But if I need to put a fan on, I need to be careful where I put the fan. I don't want to add extra size. Like I don't want to have a fan sticking out the back here. I could do something vertically. One of those, you know, the sideways fans like what's on 3D printers, which is really not going to sit that much higher than... let's get this in. Maybe. It's not really, I mean, it's going to sit a little bit higher. When that's open, it's not going to sit much higher than the height of the clamp. But I've got to be careful because the clamp comes down. So the fan can't sit too close. But there's a few things I can do. Haven't you seen the logo before, Andy Mouse? I'm still working on effects for it. I haven't had a lot of time to program it. You broke the logo? No, you probably just set it to a color it can't do. Should still keep working. Yes, there's slice. There's a few I've been playing with. I haven't been watching what you've been setting it to. Oh, not that pattern, right. That's one of the first ones I started playing with. So, while I'm at it, I've been thinking about what else. Like, they're working really well, and using my 2-button interface, and the button here is working. I'm not really sure what else I'd want to change on it if I'm going to change it, and I feel like whatever I change on here, I could do it without having to require a new stencil. The other thing is I need to be able to power the fan from the back. So I need a way of hooking the power for the fan in onto the PCB, which I don't have right now. I don't really want to just solder some wires onto the headers up top here in case I knock them off. So, sideways fan, need a diamond substrate, conducts heat extremely well, and non-conductive to boot. Yeah, that might be a little bit excessive. Diamond substrate. So let's go... I'm trying to think. RS components. I buy a lot of my fans and stuff from RS components. They're probably not the cheapest place. But they normally have a pretty good range of stuff. Let me just log in. Hang on. Okay, I want to see what type of side entry fans. So what would they normally be called? Fixing the battery in place, a cable tie maybe. A cable tie. Yeah. So my plan originally was, without thinking, right? This is what like a typical Xeon moment. The battery was going to sit in here. Of course, I forgot. So the reason the battery was going to go in here like this. I forgot that that's where the power cable is. I can squeeze this in like this, and that was my original plan. But it's not great. But then I got these things, which meant that I didn't have to plug in and out all the time. So I could probably do that now. If you look at my original design, it was designed the battery went out to the side, not the back, to do that. And then I thought about doing it on the back and mounting on the back. I just never got around to it. Hello, Bit Looney. Okay, so fans. What are they called? What are?
Mark Olson says burger.
burger. Oh, don't start me on food. What are sideways fans called? 2x30mm 5-volt fans.
Absolutely says good evening, unexpected maker. There is only 24,313,507 seconds until Christmas.
Thanks, Absidy. Blower fans. Do I want a blower fan or do I want to extract a fan? I'm not sure a blower fan is going to work if...
Next says you mean blow fan or tangential.
Right. Because it's just going to blow onto the heatsink, like onto the case. I don't know if blowing onto the case is going to work. BitLooney fixed his text-to-speech.
Bloodfist says kebab pizza.
Voice. There is no deck. BitLooney. Yeah, BitLooney's works fine. He does it through Discord now. His text-to-speech.
Absolutely says whatever solution you get, I tell you no, it will sure blow.
Well, oh, it'll blow. Haha. Wow, $466 for a fan. Anyway, $21. Like, I was thinking of something like this. That's a 12 volt. I need a 5 volt fan, so hang on. So these like centrifugal fans, is that what they're called? It's BitLooney in the house.
Absolutely says love the Ukraine logo. Great work, CM.
Thanks, mate. Took me ages to get that sine wave going. So, wait, supply voltage. Really? Is there no 5 volt versions? There's only one 6 volt. Well, that's...
Absolutely says I have her totally at Deshu.
Well, I did. Okay. I'm searching for blower fan, and there's no 5 volt ones here. But that's RS components, though. So, the Prusa part fan is 5 volts. What are you doing? Now I got BitLooney in the chat and BitLooney in my head. Woo! Thanks, Mark. I still need to get Super Chat working on the logo. I want to get BitLooney's face on the logo. Just did a Google. Okay, yeah, but where though? I mean, I don't want to have to bring something in from China that's going to take 6 weeks. That sounds pretty cool, hey BitLooney. So, do you have a link for someone local? Who else does fans? Suburb chat.
Super chat.
What? Thanks, Bruce. Everyone's... BitLooney must be freaking out hearing his voice. A blower fan, 5 volts. Look on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon in Australia is not like Amazon anywhere else. Oh, here's one. Core Electronics. What? In stock. Oh, that's pretty big though.
Super chat.
Who's that? Thanks, Crazy Boy, formerly Absidy. Thanks, mate. Thanks to all 3 of you. I appreciate it. I love being told how many seconds there are till Christmas every time the stream starts up. It's awesome. I can never remember though. So how... Where's my... Oh my god, I've lost my ruler. Here it is. Okay, how big is it? That was 70... I know the blower section isn't. But let's look at how big this is. How much we've got to work with.
Super chat.
BitLooney, dude, what are you doing? That's crazy. Thank you.
Paulson says not got an old laptop you can take a fan from or go to a second-hand place.
I do have an old laptop. Flynn's laptop, his PC died. I had to get him a new one. I do have one I could probably rip out here, but I don't want one. I need 5 or 6.
Mark Paulson says super chat.
Super chit. I need to be able to buy a whole bunch of them. I need to be able to make a whole bunch of test jigs. So that's 75. So that'll actually almost be an okay width for this. And I've got no problem spending $8 on a fan. Like, that's nothing. No, your voice isn't as good as Looney's. Mine's terrible. I tried doing the super chat voice myself and I sounded terrible. Oh wait, that's a 12 volt fan. Supply voltage 12 volts. Oh,
Cable
come
Tie
on.
says super shot.
Rick the Almighty says superchat.
Superchat. Um, 50mm 5 volt. Oz 3D. Fan runs on 5 voltage to draw less than 300
Super
milliamps.
sticker!
Absolutely says super
What?
super chat.
Mark, what are you doing? Dude. Thank you, but what? Oh my gosh.
Super chat!
Folks. Thank you all. Seriously, what is going on? Are you my number one fan, Mark? Are you a blower or a sucker? Not working today. I'm not going to have time to work. No, don't say poor Sion.
Slarty Buttress says, I think the chat is super today.
The chat is super fantastic. Wow, you guys are crazy. Thank you.
Absolutely says surely you can afford a pricey now.
I can afford a pricey suck. I need a few of them, but yes, I can afford a pricey suck now. These fans are sponsored by Super Chat. So it doesn't really talk about how much air. I still don't know if a blower is going to work and how am I going to mount it. Mounting it is going to be a little problematic, I would think. I'm not a sucker, that's for sure. Or maybe I am, for sending you money. Oh, dude. Oh, don't be like that. $300 to get some polish for my
Super
big
chat!
deck. Thank you, Johnny. I've actually got one of my boards for you. I did. I think it's
Colson says I'm a sucker fan.
Absolutely says next problem how to mount a sucker.
how to mount a sucker. There's a sucker born, sucker made every day. I've got pink LEDs on one of my jigs, one of my adapter boards. I did that for you. I think it's my Feather
Super
S3 one.
chat!
Henrik, thank you. Folks, what's going on? Crazy. Thank you. Don't I want an extraction fan? Aren't I better off extracting air away, pulling air away from the heatsink, rather than trying to artificially cool the heatsink? There's only so
Mark
much.
Colson says, what did I start face palm?
Yeah.
Super chat!
Yeah, it must be payday today, Cable Tie. Crazy boy, thank you, but stop. You already did one. Thank you all, seriously. Oh, my camera moved. My logo is sitting to the left, and why is it red? Oh, it sparkles. Okay, Mr. England, negative pressure always better than positive. What does that mean?
Absolutely says now you can add blow.
Now I can suck and blow. Why don't they make fans that you can reverse the polarity and change the direction? Has anyone ever seen one of those? Other than an AC one? I've never seen one. Don't do my logo black. What is black?
Mark Colson says super cat.
Wow, black's actually making the logo disappear. That's actually funny. Super cat. A fan shape is
Super
different.
chat!
Donations are distracting. They're great, but they're proving distracting. And okay, how do I pronounce this? Anyone want to tell me how to pronounce this before I completely mess it? Is it like Matchek? What are PLNs? I don't know. What are PLNs? Can someone tell me how to pronounce Polish zloty? Yeah. How do I pronounce Matchy? Is it Matchy?
Avery Jacko says because the blades are made like wings, they have an input and an output.
Super sticker!
So I'll tell you tomorrow on stream. What are you going to tell me tomorrow on stream? It's close. Wait, what's close? What? Who? What? Mathy. Oh, you'll tell me how to pronounce that on stream tomorrow? Okay. Is it math? Okay, okay. Mathy.
Says see and check out San Ace 136RF.
San Ace 136. What is that? San Ace 136.
Mark Holson says Math A.
Siegfried Homanto says Matchy.
Reversible flow fan. DC 12 volt.
Absolutely says one word.
Holy moly. Yeah, one word, I know, but you couldn't do it. It's fine. It came up. Got the PDF though. How expensive are they? Mauser Australia. This is what I want from my reflow oven. Wow, you know it's expensive when the price doesn't come up. $60! That's okay, actually. I mean, that's more than my toaster oven is worth. So how do you tell it to change? How do you tell it? How do you mount it? Mounting hole. There. Okay, right.
Absolutely says final datasheet 218 for 329 PDF.
Housing material plastic. Okay.
Mark Holson says mount it like a horse.
What? Mount it like... Okay. LCSC have fans? What? No way. Oh wow, LCSC have got fans. $1. Okay, I need to log in. Hang on. I'm going to put some of those in my account anyway. Are they 5 volt though? This is going to be a big shopping cart. I've not even started. It doesn't say. Okay. Shang Feng. Let's look at the data sheet. It's an approval sheet. Specifications. Oh, it's 12 volt. Starts at 7 volt. Yeah, I need 5 volt.
Mark Holson says DC 7.0 to 13.8 V.
Yeah. Not low enough. But I didn't even know they did fans. So radiator fans. Let's look at what else have they got. They don't really have any. They don't show the voltage. No, I don't want to add more electronics to the board if I can get away with it. Like I was thinking honestly of something like one of these, like it's just a little fan that I could reverse mount that would just pull the air away. Hey Jet Jotech, and hi to anyone I haven't said hi to in the chat that's popped in. I apologise. I don't want to have to put extra electronics. This has to just connect to the Pi. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Tension mounts and rides away. Is that the name of the horse? Tension.
Mark Holson says C729,737.
Okay, I'll see that one. And I'll raise you. Wait, isn't that what I was just looking at? No, close. Right, but that's still not a blower, right? So I'm still torn between the whole blow and suck and what's going to work better. I'm not, yeah. Part number has 5 on the end. Oh, right, okay. So that denotes. So I've got some little fans here like this. I've got little and big and all sorts. Like licorice all sorts. So I've got these, which I got a while ago when I was just... Anyway, what was I doing? So what is that? That's a 12 volt.
Mark
That's a
Holson
pretty-
says happy 100th video.
24 volt. I've got some 5 volts somewhere. Happy, how many videos? What? Happy 100th. Who did 100th? Blower style fan sucks from the center and discharges out the side. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying for the heatsink, for the metal, cooling this down when it's hot, blowing air onto this as opposed to pulling the air away is I'm trying to work out what would work better.
Absolutely says happy 100th James Sharman.
Mark
Oh,
Holson
for
says,
James.
"Oops, I meant to write the 2 at James Sharman."
James is happy 100. Okay. Happy 100, James. I've got a box of fans somewhere. I've got some little 5 volt ones. I just don't know where I put them.
Mate says is going on.
I don't know where I put my little 5 volt ones. But I've got some little 5 volt fans like this, but thinner. Okay, I still think, either
The
way...
Almighty says, as a former ventilation engineer, blows better than air.
Blow is better?
James Sharman
Okay.
says thanks, Ian.
No worries, mate. That's awesome. And I haven't watched a new video yet. But is it the fastest 8-bit computer? That's the question. Ooh, I'm glad that didn't pop up just then. That would have been bad. File, open. Okay, I can't show you what's on my screen right now. Just hold on. It's a secret. But if I quickly change it to... Where's my multi-board Test-Jig? Oh, I've still got it in Eagle. No. I never brought in my multi-board Test-Jig into KiCad. Oh, that sucks. Okay, hang on. Oh. Now I'm feeling ill that I have to be in Eagle. Oh, okay. Well, God, this is going to give me the heebie-jeebies. This is going to give me the heebie-jeebies. So here's the PCB. I'm going to have to import this into KiCad and then fix some things up.
Master G says we all know which way this is heading, water cooling.
I need
Mate says the PCB.
5 of them, though. The logo shouldn't have rebooted.
Mark says good time for redesign.
No, the logo's working, I think. Hey, Clem. Well, I don't need to redesign it, per se. I just need to... Okay, let me just make sure that this is closed. Right, it is. Okay, so let's bring this into KiCad.
Anthony says any interest in cheap reversible controller.
Oh, and a what? Interest in cheap reversible controller. What do you mean by cheap reversible controller? I like the idea of doing a just does a weird thing when the Ukraine fires up. What do you mean when it fires up? Well, it's already on, but that seems to be working. I mean, it's already on Ukraine. That is Ukraine, folks.
Cable tie says it went all red first.
Oh, okay. No, it's working. Oh, and that means it rebooted. Right. Okay. Somehow, for some reason, it rebooted. I don't know why, but yeah, it's working. There's no rainbow. You've missed an N. And you can't do blue sparkles. I don't have it. You can only do one command.
Wait, says looks behind me.
Cable tie says so it did reboot.
Yeah, it's if you saw a solid red then a solid blue, that means it rebooted. I don't know why. Reversible DC motor speed controller. Yeah, I'd prefer just a fan that can do it automatically. Would be better for me. Okay, so KiCad. Right, I need to change my screen quickly, and I need to go to there and new. No.
Mayor Mate says hope y'all have a good night. I got to sleep for once.
Okay, have a good sleep. Okay, now I can switch back. Fine. I had to get rid of what was on the thing. Okay, so before I...
Absolutely says Snake with a Wi-Fi controller on the display, or even Tetris with a chiptune sound generator.
Snake with a Wi-Fi controller on display. Yeah, I want to put sound on the logo. Just haven't got around to it yet. By the way, for those that were voted on these, thanks very much. I actually added another one because Mark asked for it, or Mark and Keen, and I made one that was it's not supposed to be there. So another prototype idea that's got two headers and a click and the proto area, where before I just had the click one like this. So these are my 5 designs. I still haven't sent any off to get made yet. This one here, oops, try that again. This one here was the highest voted by a mile, but that was before I had this one on there. So I don't know which one. So this one and then this one. It's hard to know which ones to make. They're not cheap PCBs because of their size. Anyway, so let's go to here and let's go File, Import, Eagle. Eagle projects, multi-board tester, multi-board. Corbin Dallas multipass.
Use a stepper motor to control reversible moves.
Yeah, that's a whole different discussion though. For my no, it's got to connect to my Reflow Master Pro, so it can't have any extra hardware to do it. Please don't set my logo to white. There's no white, by the way. Okay, multi-board Test-Jig. And open. Create a new empty directory for the project. Oh, is that gonna, hang on, I hope I don't stomp. I don't want to stomp that by accident. Let me just quickly back it up. That'd be really bad. Multi-board, Test-Jig. Hang on. I find these messages ambiguous. The select directory is not empty. We recommend you create projects in their own clean directory. Do you want to create a new empty directory for this project? Yes. Okay, good. It didn't stomp what was there. Nice, okay. So, auto match layers. Okay.
Absolutely says maybe James could get Mandrill working from the CPU on Sin's display. Get a bit of networking going.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to connect his CPU to my display though. Okay, so that's imported. Yay. And I need to save that and go to schematic. It's not going to let me do that. Now that's interesting. Why is that the only thing on the schematic? Is that a multi-sheet schematic it's done? What's it done? Right. I've not seen one of these before. How do I now go back? How do I get back to the previous sheet? Is there a way to view, leave sheet, hierarchy navigator? Oh, that's a bit not nice. And then I clicked on it, it disappeared. So what's if I copy this? How do I move it? Okay, that's confusing.
Mark Holson says look at the logo.
Yeah, that's weird. What happened then? Someone did Ukraine and someone did Trails, and so Ukraine didn't get it clear beforehand. That's quite possible. Or Trails didn't get it clear beforehand. Right, only the brightness needs to change. Interesting. Oh well.
Mark Holson says Trails needs a clear.
Yeah, it does, but I don't have an easy way to do a clear. It's complicated. There's some more things I need to add to this whole class system. So we can, for now, we can just go logo, rain, and then go logo, trails. Oh yeah, I'll fix it later.
Absolutely says pump black to every unit.
Yeah, see, that's the same problem there. It's going to leave the other ones on there. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's just do this. So I can definitely cut into here.
Mark Holson says rain and trails together FTW.
It'd be nice to, yeah, maybe I can make a mix mode somehow. Just want to get some kind of better grid going. So if I cut out this section here, I'll fix up what it actually, like the spacing later. And then if I took some of these, I could probably get, but that one goes there. Like if I just get these, out of the way more, maybe. I don't even know. Like, there's a lot of copper I've got on here. Maybe I don't need it. Whoever's controlling that snake suck at this game. Right. It's too quiet now. I think everyone's gone to bed.
Mark Holson says poo.
Absolutely says issue is in Ukraine script.
Slartigbotfirst says much.
Absolutely says repeatable.
Intermit says hey people.
Hello. Hey Quindor, how you doing?
Super Bruce says how tall is the jig? I see some 25mm square fans.
How high? The whole jig right now, like to the PCB.
Mark Olson says hey, beep, tell me a joke.
22mm high from the desk up. If that's what you meant, or do you mean with the clamp area and stuff? There's no black. You can't black the logo.
Mark Holson says hey Gojira, tell me a joke.
Can't go through there. Just like trying to clear some space. Not necessarily sure if this is worth it yet, but
Slartigbotfirst says that's a lot of pink.
what's a lot of pink?
Mark Holson says what do you call food made by baby Wookie ears?
Baby Wookiees. Food made by baby. I have no idea. What do you call it?
Mark Holson says it's good, but it's a little chewy.
Okay, that's funny.
Absolutely says what do you call a sheep covered in chocolate?
A sheep covered in chocolate. Yum. I don't know. Oh, hate that. Lock that in place. I should be able to just move that now. Well, what do you call a sheep covered in chocolate?
Absolutely says a Mars bar.
Mars bar. Okay. Yep, that's pretty good.
Slartigbotfirst says Johnny Depp's bed.
Okay, let's keep all the Johnny Depp stuff out. Okay. I mean, I can clear a pretty decent sized space here.
Absolutely says that's what she said.
What is that one? That's the reset.
Mark Holson says, when does a joke become a dad joke?
I don't know. When does it become a dad joke?
Mark Holson says, when it becomes apparent.
Okay. I didn't import settings from a different board file, and I probably, should have, because my vires are the wrong size. I'll have to fix them all later. I'm going to import from, what's a, maybe my laser board. Yep, that's better. Good. Okay, via. And X.
Absolutely says me Confucius me ancient Chinese wizard me say man who stand on toilet high on.
Sorry, I'm listening, but I'm not great. That's not great. Just trying to clear this center section.
Mark Holson says, why is Ian not Australian when he goes to the bathroom?
Absolutely says me say man who in church sit in a pew.
Yeah. I don't know, Mark. Oh. Why?
Mark Holson says, cos European.
Cause European. Because I'm peeing. Okay, that's. I'm not sure about that one. Not sure. Okay. One more ish.
Dave Odessa says, what's the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman?
Is that one, this is going to get me demonetized?
Mark Holson says snowballs.
Snowballs, right, that's funny. That's good. Why can't I select that? Oh. What's happening to my KiCad? It's not letting me move that. And then it's going all funny and I can't get out of it. I went to coffee and came back to open mic night. Yeah, open mic night's okay.
Mark Holson says, I was going to tell a time travelling joke, but you didn't like it.
Absolutely says what did a fish say when he swam into the wall?
I was going to tell a time travelling joke, but I didn't like it. Right, is that because in the past I didn't like it? Right, is that the time travel? Okay. What the fish say when he swam into the wall? Ouch. Maybe? I don't know.
Absolutely says.
He said, damn. Right, damn. Okay, I got it. That's funny.
Jack McMack says, how do you throw an egg against the wall without breaking it?
How?
Jack McMack says, leave it in the chicken.
Absolutely says what to call it can open that doesn't work.
That's wrong. But that's funny. Okay, I've cleared a pretty decent amount of space. Don't have to change the stencil. What do you call a can open that doesn't work? Closed?
Cable tie
Oh,
says
can't
can't
open.
open.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, can't opener.
Absolutely says, what do you call a can open that doesn't work?
Closed? Hey, Johan. Okay, that's a pretty decent space I've got in here now. Be nice if I can get these ones over as well, but I don't want to have to, I could probably do that. Probably got a bit more space here. Need some cleanup. No. Okay.
Cable tie says I had to go away from keyboard. What's the plan, CN?
So my plan right now is to hang on. Lock it. I want to see if I can. I'm adding air vents and cutouts on the PCB to see if I can let more air escape and do it without having to need a new stencil, right? Not that it matters that much, but it's not a frame stencil, so it's not that expensive. But if I can get new PCBs without having to get a new stencil, that'd be great. At least to be able to have some air vents. There are 3 types of people in the world: those who can count and those who can't. Right? Yeah, that's an old one. A goodie. That's a goodie. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm clearing some space in the middle where the adapter sits, so I can put some air vents in. If I can solve this, if I can improve it just with some passive air gaps without having to stick a fan on, that would be preferable. Why is that there?
Absolutely says, did you hear about the guy who invented the knock-knock joke?
Cable tie says and integrate a fan.
Absolutely says he won a Nobel Prize.
Knock knock joke. You want a Nobel Prize? Okay, that's funny. Well, possibly, but I don't know where I'd stick the fan still. I mean, the fan could go in this section here that I'm going to cut out eventually, if I can. I need to get this closer so I can 0.01.
Jack McMack says, have you considered undervolting or underclocking the pile? Do you need all the CPU you can get?
I can probably underclock it, and I am going to try that, but I still feel like I'm trapping the heat in unnecessarily, and so I would like to solve that if I can. Edge cuts. I'll fix the width in a second. 0.05.
Absolutely says, 2 windmills are standing on a wind farm. One asks, what's your favorite type of music? The other says, I'm a big metal fan.
Okay. .05. Okay, so this, I haven't done the inside cuts yet, but I've cut this section out now. I'll clean it up later. So that's this section here. I know it's not a lot.
Absolutely says, what's red and bad for your teeth?
Michael says, wanna hear a joke about UDP, you might not get it.
Yes. actually.
Absolutely says a brick.
Right. Damn, that won't work. Okay. I had the Python joke stuff on here, but yeah, it's gone. So yeah, I've cut this section here out.
Absolutely
Why is that
says, what
upside
do you call
down?
an alligator invest?
And at that could be where I can
Absolutely says
mount
investigator.
where I could mount a fan. And it might, like, I know this fan's too big, but it,
Mark
like,
Colson says baby shark do 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 you baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 do.
okay. Like, maybe I can use just a normal fan that blows, right? And it can just be sitting at the back here, blowing this way across the pie. Like, maybe that might work rather than trying to do this, the blower fan.
Absolutely says that Mark Olson can you floss?
So that slot there could help with that. And then here I'm going to put some slots in here. Or just a big hole. Or I feel like if I did, yeah, I don't know. These traces here are really annoying. Let me see if I can get more of them over. Why is it not letting me move it? Interesting. Why is it not letting me move it? That's bizarre. Keep out for the cat? No. No, it's not a keep out thing. This happens with me sometimes in KiCad. It just...
Absolutely says why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Right, because it thinks there's something touching. The trace is compromised somehow. Let's run the DRC, see what it thinks. Whoa.
Absolutely says because then it would be a foot.
Not connected, not connected, not connected. Right, that's probably why. Those little bits there are touching. That's not good. If we tell it to do a clean up tracks and wires. Here we go again. So there was 135. 132. Right, they're just too close together. Maybe. Yeah, it won't even let me move them. See that? It won't let me move it because I think it thinks that they're just too close. Yeah, they were just intersecting. So if it thinks they're too close, it'll... Oh, it's really annoying. See, it thinks they're touching, so it just won't let me do it. If I delete that... and do that.
Absolutely says righty, I need off time to restart some servers at work. Have a great evening.
Thanks, mate. You too. Thanks for your super chats and your jokes. and pointing out that reversible fan. Thank you. Right, that probably doesn't help. Yeah, so that's in the way.
Absolutely says in the countdown.
See, it won't let me move it. I got them too close. Because I moved all of those before I loaded the board file with all the tolerances, with all the size stuff, and that's why. So that's really annoying.
The secret engineer says I have just tested my Pi, making CPU from 1800 to 1000 megadrop CPU temp by 11 Douglas C.
11 degrees is cool, but that's like my Pi. I would imagine my Pi runs way hotter than whatever you were testing just then, but that's a pretty big drop then. Hey Jack McMack, this DRC is nothing to do with JLC. No, it's not a. It's just a general 2-layer.
Super chat!
What? Mark, what are you doing? Thank you, Mark, but what are you doing? Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete some of these.
Mark Holson says I'm having fun.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I'm glad you're having fun. Wow. That trace is screwed. Oh, look at all these corners. When I imported them, they must have broken. Ah, look at those. Well, that could explain why they're screwed. It doesn't like Eagle's curves. Obviously.
Super chat!
Thanks, Johan. Wow, Super Chat crazy day. Yeah, look at all these. So because of the Eagle curves, it's really made a bit of a... So what I can do for the moment is, if I go to my minimum spacing, go to my constraints, and if I make my minimum clearance 0, it might let me move these back. Yeah, so look at all this stuff it's done. It's done some weird stuff. Wow. It's really struggled. Because I was using curves everywhere in Eagle. It's just completely destroyed all these traces.
Super chat!
What? Johnny and Mark. Thank you, Johnny. You're trying to wake up my neighbours. It's pretty full on. Okay. Okay, if I space all these out more... Oh, see, look at that, another one. I'll have to put together a project with a whole bunch of curves from Eagle and send it to the KiCad team, see if they can fix it. Because this, yeah. Now, I deleted that trace before. I'm going to have to redo it. Assuming it fits. I should wait and put these back on again. I might just DRC it, check it first. $72, yay, whatever. Okay, if I put it back to 0.127, and now if I rerun it, oh no, I need more space. Okay. Oop. Okay, have to fix these. No one seems to be having a hard time making pieces. Oh, else having a hard time. This is just because I imported it from Eagle. That's all. Oops. Yeah. All these curves, some of the curves worked and some of them didn't, and I think it depended on which way the curve was rotated. But as you'll see, like it's not... Oh, see that curve came in okay. Didn't like the curves. So all of this was just to see if I can move these closer to get these ones in. If I could, and I can. Right, that's all I wanted to do, which is pretty weird. So now I can get a pretty decent...
Cable tie says W00T. Got him.
Got him. Like, I can get a pretty decent size cutout of the board now. They're sitting right over the heat area of the Pi. Like, I could even do this. I could change my grid. I'll curve the corners later. So that's a pretty decent chunk out. I'm worried about a bit of like any extra flex I might get now with that holder section. But that's a pretty big chunk of potential air escape. Oh, I've got an idea. Okay, so if I put a hole there, okay, how about if I do this? So, if I'm going to have a hole underneath here, under this section, right? And what's if on this bit that connects in, I had a gap inside here with like a curve And so I could then put a blower fan. I could sit a blower fan right here, blowing into this, which is going to blow into the top of this. So air's going to blow in under the into the hole of the PCB onto this plate, and then obviously come out the sides in there, and it'll come out the sides of the
Cable Tie
jig.
says yes, I think that's a great idea to try.
Because then I'm going to have it won't be sticking up, it'll be a low, and I'll have to, obviously it'll be sitting on top of these pins. I'll, protect them somehow. And it could be pulling air from the top into here. And it's going to probably cause a breeze coming out sideways. I think that could work. I need a way of mounting it on here. I need to grab the fans first.
Mark Holson says, did you even get a burger last week?
I did get a burger. Yuz and I had burgers on the Thursday. I went out for lunch and got burgers for lunch for Yuz and I. But on the Wednesday I didn't. I just had Vegemite and toast. You also mount a small axial fan and duct it the same way. The problem with an axial fan, it'll be sitting too high. Like even a little one will be sitting too high. Right, unless I put it back here, right, and then yes, duct it that way. But that's going to be, I'm going to lose half the circumference of the fan. I'm better off with a sideways blower fan. I wish I had a spare one here, and I don't. I don't want to take one off a 3D printer right now. I think the blower fan will be a better idea. And, oh, Graham's going. Catch you later, Graham. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I have it on an angle. Have what on an angle? An axial fan?
Cable Tie says I'm taking my son out for burgers today at lunch. It's his birthday, May the 4th day.
No way! Your son's birthday's on May the 4th. That is very cool. That is very cool. And, yay, burgers for lunch. Happy birthday to your son. What's your son's name? Peter? Why would I put the fan on an angle? You're talking about an axial fan? An axial fan won't work. Like, I don't think and mounting it on an angle is going to be problematic. I don't know. I mean, possibly, sure. I have to find my 5-volt fans. I'm probably going to get more air out of a blower than an axial. It's not going to fix your current curved track problems, but have you seen this melt? Yeah, I've seen the melter track thing. It's very cool. Yeah, it would be good to add a speed control. Most small fans are pretty noisy. You might want to slow it down a bit. Hello, Mad Techie. Well, I'm not going to have the opportunity to do that. As I said, I don't want to change the electronics on the board. I don't want to put anything... Like, I'm hoping I can just stick... Like, I literally just want to wire the fan to ground and 5 volts pins here. I don't want to control it via the jig. If I'm going to do that, I might as well just stick a... I mean, PWM on here is terrible. Like on the Pi.
Mako says hello, Sin and all.
Hey, Mako. Jacob. Happy birthday, Jacob. May the 4th be with you. I mean, I could always stick a PWM chip, like a 2-channel or something, and then I can control the fan via the I/O of the Pi. So, but I don't know if can I read the temperature of the Pi? I don't want to be sticking temperature sensors on here and everything else. These get hot, and they get hot fairly quickly, and they get really hot and stay hot. So maybe a switch. I could put a switch so I could just turn it on and off myself, I guess. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to get a lot of gap in here. That's the problem. The height, I can't make this taller. I should really pull this out. Clean this off so you can see. I'm going to hurt myself trying to get this off. It's really awkward support material because there's a V shape. But once it's kind of going out the way, it then just comes off.
Cable Tie says, are there any 3D models for the blower fans?
Possibly. I don't have a. I mean, I could print something out. I don't have a model of this though.
Mark Holson says check the chat.
Check the Discord chat. Just 1 second. I just want to get this off. It's almost off. Not that one. That one. How, Mark? I should have just used a screwdriver to start with. Anyway, the point was with this is I don't have a lot of height here to get the air in. Right, I need this to be strong still because there's a lot of rotational force on here. Okay, this might not want to go in because it's not cleaned properly yet, but there's because of the clamping, there's a lot of rotational force like this, right? And so I don't, if I make this section here too thin, it's a problem. So I've only got maybe six millimeters. I've only got an entry of 6 millimeters here to get air in at the back and into the hole. So check the chat. Yeah, that's massive though.
Cable Tie says you could make the fan bracket, clamp bracket, and fan duct all integrated in one piece.
Make the fan bracket, clamp bracket, and fan duct. Yeah, it's got to be printable though. So Bruce sent this as a picture. So the problem with that, yeah, well, the issue with something like this is, firstly, you lose a stack of air, just like a lot of pressure by that change of direction like this, but it needs to be sitting elevated so air can get sucked in the bottom, and that's pretty big. Like if I was to do something like that, remember I'm going to have to add a massive amount of size at the back here. Like that's a huge amount to add on to get a fan that then has a duct that goes to here, and it's going to have to be elevated. Like I know I can get thinner fans. I've got just got to go find where I put them. You know what I mean? But that's going to be CFD program to model it. Cool Electronics Raspberry Pi in what? What are you telling me is in stock? Right, that case fan is designed to go on top of the Pi. You know what I mean? Like it's not really what I can't use that because that's where my Test-Jig sits. Computational fluid dynamics. Yeah, okay, yeah, pass. I think that be Print your own bracket, it's just that it can be controlled by the Pi. Yeah, I know it can be controlled by the Pi. Except I don't have access to those pins. Because of the way my jig sits. You've got to remember, I can't get to that now. Like, I can't put headers on here. I can't stick the fan into this. I'd have to expose something on here to be able to do that. Oh, look at the mess I made on my desk. Look, this is all, I think this could all work. I think a blower on the side is still my best option. All PWM fans can be controlled by the Pi, sure. But I'm not going to be able to do a PWM controllable by the Pi. Because I'd have to break out, I'd have to pick a pin I'm not using. And yeah, I didn't really want to do new electronics or changes on here. The Pi does it horrible. Yeah, PWM on the Pi is terrible. Can't you just ask one of the little helpers to come in and blow on the Pi with an operation? Sure. They can just stand like this, doing this. Ready? Can't even see what I'm doing. There you go. That'll cool it down. Not really.
Mark Holson says build a walk-in freezer. Do your testing in there. Will work fine.
I can't add space between the Pi and the board. I'm limited.
The secret engineer says, what was the CPU temperature you were getting?
I don't know. How do you measure the temperature of the CPU? Is there a way to read that off the Pi? I can't get access to it, to read it. I can't just lift the PCB higher because it's got to plug into the Pi. So I'd have to get one of those extended headers. And if I go the extended headers and make more room, all I'm doing is adding flex. So right now this PCB is mounted to the case. If I was to have this higher, right, like there's already, if you look here, there's a tiny bit of flex on the PCB. If I was to just mount this high and just have standoffs, then I'm going to end up with a very flexy PCB when I'm trying to use the clamp. Pseudo, okay, is that what I can do? Okay, let's plug this in. And
Siegfried Homanto says sudo gent measure temp.
Okay, let's do it. Let's find
The
out.
secret engineer says Linux command watch N1 of gentle measure temp.
Mounting fan is overrated. This is my high-tech Raspberry Pi. Just sitting on the top. It's just sitting there. Yeah. Is that, and that's blowing, is it? Cable tie? Oh, you guys can't see. That's a cable tie's solution. Okay, so let's try this. Let's how do I turn it on? I didn't turn it on. And that's Pi number 1, but now I have to wait. Catch you later, Dave. Have a good sleep. Oops. That was not good. Pi 1. Make sure it boots up. Booting. Yep. So it recognizes the Pro S3. Okay, so so you reckon I can just run this? Oh, you can't see that. Measure temp. 24 degrees. That's really cool. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, so how do I slow down? How do I slow down the CPU? I mean, this is not doing anything right now. But if well, let's make it do something. Let's make it get warm.
Mark Holson says 24 degrees is really cool.
Yes, I just turned it on. It's not doing anything. Right, so if I Actually, no. One moment, please. Okay. Oh my god! I just threw my purse on the floor. Oh, that was stupid. Okay, let's try it again. So. Testing cool processor command. Just use the cool processor. Hey processor, be cool. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, let's go closer. It's copying. 16 mega flash, unfortunately, is not the fastest to copy. I think I was considering an add-on controller, but it might be pricey. $5 50. What? Hey Beata. Oh, can't I just set it on the command line? No? Okay, so one loop, one test, and we're up to 28 degrees. We've gone up 4 degrees, which is fine. The thing's not been on for long. You've got to remember, I sit here for like 4 hours at a time, testing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boards on each one. So, you know, the more I run the test, with I2C, right, okay. Yeah, but I can't add any more, I don't want to add any more hardware to this. If I'm going to add any more hardware, I'm going to have to redesign the way it all fits and works. I mean, it's very hard for me to show you the issue here when I just turned it on. It's been off for days. No, what day is it today? Wednesday. Yeah, it was off all of yesterday. So there's no way for me to change the speed not using the config.txt text. Like I can't just do it at the command line. Let's keep running it. What's the time? 8:30. Wow, 2 hours. And I still didn't finish my coffee. You can set up or down. But only at the highest frequency. Okay, so after 3 tests, we're at 31 degrees already. Was that 3 tests? Yeah, 3 tests, right? What I actually want to see is, I want to see how, if it changes how long it takes to flash. So let me just run through this one. We'll measure how long it takes to flash, and then I'll change it.
Mako says Sam the secret engineer said something important.
Yeah, I'm reading. Okay, just hold on. Okay, so that test was 38. 3813. I'm going to write that down. Pen 3813. And we're up to 33 degrees now. Okay, so I can't access the boot partition from here, can I? Oh, I can. Oh, I can.
Nico says, are you overclocking it, Sian?
I don't think so. It's just a default install. And then a few mods here. So here, no, it's not overclocked. Do I have to open that as sudo, do I? Okay. Sudo. Yeah, but then I can't open it in here, can I? Or can I do an open as sudo? Open. I can't do an open that way, can I? Nope. I don't want vi. Config.txt.
Siegfried Homanto says sudo v.
Mark Holson says just SSH in and use nano.
Yeah, I'm using nano now. I'm already in. That's fine. Okay, so what do I want to do? So where do you get that 1800 from? Because this here is showing 800. Yeah, Pico and Nano are the same, pretty much. So you put frequency equals 1800. But this is saying 800 is the overclock. It's a Pi 4, yeah. Okay, well, I don't want to go that fast. I want to go slower. So what do I want to set it to? That is old. Pi 4. I don't know why this is old. This would have been a Pi 4 image I installed on here. A Raspberry. It would have been Buster.
Mark Holson says sudo gen and measure clock arm.
Ooh, okay. No. Frequency 48. What? What is that? What is that number? One, two, three, 1.5 gigahertz. Jesus.
Mark Holson says 1.5 gigahertz.
Yeah, but now I did it again, and now why is it less? Oh, right, because it goes up and down by itself, does it?
Intermit text says 10,000 gigahertz with.
And now it's dropped. No, now it's gone to 10. So why is it jumping all over the place? Gigawatts.
Siegfried Homanto says true automatic.
Raspberry Pi 4, Model B, Rev 1.1. Right.
Siegfried Homanto says CPU governor.
Okay. It's normal to jump around, but why is it jumping around so much when it's not doing anything? Like, why was it at 1.5? Like, why is it at 10? Like, why is it at 1 gigahertz now? It's not doing anything. So how do I set the max? Like, what's if I don't want this to go above 1 gigahertz? Can I do that?
Siegfried Homanto says you think it does not do, but it does. It breaths.
Is there a way for me to cap it?
Siegfried Homanto says yes you can. Jack McMack says arm frack in boot config txt.
Right, but what am I setting it to? Like if I... It's one telling me yes I can doesn't help me. Like, so if I... Is this...
Siegfried Homanto says set it to 700.
Why do I want it to...
Colson says set it to 750.
Okay. Let's go 750. So that would be the max it goes to? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Set to 751.
Siegfried Homanto says set it to 784. Siegfried Homanto says yes.
Okay.
Intermittech says default seems to be 1.5 gigahertz, so setting it to half, 750 megahertz, seems like a good start.
Mark Holson says yes, that is the max. There is also some min also, but you don't need that.
Okay. Well. Can disable HDMI. Okay. Well. Oh, that doesn't look like it. Functional panel, you can pretty much set anything you'd like. Oh. Well, it's not wanting to connect to it again. That's not a good sign.
Siegfried Homanto says when you are fighting with Raspberry Pi and fighting with Reflow on ESP32 as you did not share.
Intermittech says 4.77 megahertz should be enough for everyone.
Mako says Sin I see two chat windows on top of each other.
Two chat windows on top of each other. What? Oh, yeah, right. That's because my chat, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. So it's currently sitting at 35 degrees after a reboot. And I've lost my history from doing the other one. So let me go back to okay, so it thinks it's at 7, but now it's staying at it.
Measure clock arm.
Right, but now it's not going up and down. It seems to be locked at it. Or is that just because it rebooted?
Mark says you were quicker. Mark Holson says you can set them in also.
So is that going to stay at 750 megahertz now, even if I don't need it?
Mark Holson says arm frac min equals 200.
Well, let me see how long it takes to flash this first. I'll have to flash it twice, maybe, to get a good idea. Oh, cool, Peter. Thanks. Well, I'm already using the I2C for a few things. I could, but yeah, and I've already got I'm already using the UART pins as well. So.
Mark Holson says cat meow.
Okay, so 40.56, which is fine. That's the first flash. So we'll do a second one because the Wi-Fi will be faster on this one. Meow. Oh, I forgot to show everyone. While I'm waiting, Reflow Master Pro, my first production boards. My first production. I've got more. Where are they? Where'd I put them? Somewhere. I started building Reflow Master Pros.
Cat says meow.
So, and the software we're just tweaking now.
Slarty Buttvest says you need more catnip.
39.29. Okay, that's only a second off my other one. You'll be able to order them, I'm hoping, within the next week.
Mako says it's at Mark Olson.
I don't have documentation written yet. That's going to be the kicker. But yes, they're working, they're validated. My Test-Jig is still not here because of the Labor Day holiday in China. They were finished, but they didn't ship them. So that's annoying. Who needs docs? We can wing it. Yeah, it's pretty intuitive to use, but docs will help. $39.11. Okay, so it's about it's a second slower.
Burb says scra.
VNA
says roll.
Sorry, VNA is here. The accessories that I need to use it are in the other VNA, the loaner.
Jack McMax says, what's the temperature now?
That got lost. It's Australia Post lost the first package. They have not found it yet. $6,000 package. They've lost it. It's not my problem, except the stuff I need. So they're resending me new ones today. So stay tuned for a video and unboxing of my new VNA and Spectrum Analyzer.
Pirate says RGB.
Catch you later, Embedded Hobbyist. Okay, yeah, it's a second slower, which is really not the end of the world. But now let's check the temperature. 38 degrees we're up to. I mean, I need to check it over time, right? Look, if I don't have to respin the new board at all or put a heatsink on it, that'd be great. That'd be really good. So if I want to go back to sudo.
Parrot says scra BG.
So Mark, what do I need to stick for the minimum again? I'm going back to looking at your thing. Don't tell me. You have to rewrite it. I'll find it. Minimum. Arm freak min. Arm
Alex
freak
says
min.
nothing.
Okay. Very funny. Do I want 200 min? Like, or lower? Is 200 like too low? Too ridiculous? And how do I turn off the HDMI?
Michael says it won't go below 600.
It won't go below 600? Yeah, but like if I'm...
says you're fired.
So 1 second on my slowest board to test, that's why I'm using the Pro S3, ProStream Feather S3 are the slowest boards to test because of the copy time is the longest because it's 16 mega flash. Like it's got a copy. Unfortunately, it's got to format the flash as part of that system. So it's definitely the slowest. And yeah, to have to respin the boards, remake the boards, and then what do I do with these two? And then also buy fans and find a way to mount them and power them. I'm happy with a 1 second increase. Hey Tim, adjusting the idle frequency down and lowering voltage will have the largest effect on temp. Well, that's what I've done, but like if it won't go to 300, like what's the lowest it'll actually go? Or if I set it to 200, it doesn't matter because it'll just do whatever. Well, stressing it isn't really what I want to be doing. I don't like me running these jigs isn't stress. It's not. It's different to a stress test. Okay, I'll save this and I'll reboot again, and we'll see what happens. I don't want it to sit at 750 megahertz the whole time if it doesn't need to.
Mark Holson says, how do we stress test CN?
You ignore what I'm saying and you keep repeating yourself the thing that I said no to. That's how you stress test Xeon. No, you know how you stress test Xeon? You have two large orders come in at exactly the same time with overlapping delivery times. That's how you stress test Xeon. My paste is out. I'm going to be picking and placing after stream all day.
Mark Olson says burgers.
Burgers. Alan's going away this weekend, so he won't go have burgers with me this week. I'm really upset. Alan, upset with you. He's not even watching. Raspberry Pi News. What? Raspberry Pi News.
Jack says, what do you mean I can't program your boards and see without installing Python?
What? Do you mean I can't program your boards and see that? Haha, very funny. Very funny, Jack McMack. Just test, install sudo apt, install stress test message utils. Yeah, I don't need to stress test it. That's like I think it's a USB issue, not a CPU specific issue of the device getting hot. Personally.
Simon says hop on one leg.
Okay. So it's rebooted. Okay, now it's dropped. It's all going to school. Okay. So between 500 and 750 is fine. If 500 is the lowest, it'll go. Okay, let me just try it one more time. Make sure we're still flashing. And if we are, then I'll run these on the next batch. I've got a lot of boards to put through them, and I'll see how they go. Now that I know I can measure the temperature, what I should do is print the temperature after every flash. That'd be a good idea. What do you think? That's a very clever idea. That way I can monitor it. Or I could use MQTT and log it to Adafruit IO. Okay. 4151.
Mark Holson says you can change the logo to fire if it gets too hot.
Mark, isn't this chat good at doing what? Christian? What? Interpreted languages are weird that way. Most bios are written in their own language.
Siegfried Homanto says tomorrow is coming. See you next time. Bye to all.
Catch you later, Siegfried. Thanks for your help. Really appreciate it. Mad Tiki, each adapter's got an EEPROM on it. And when I plug a new adapter in that doesn't know what it is, it says, hey, what is this board? And I select it from the menu. 3951. Okay, so it was a fraction slower. My button, it's not recognizing my button presses quite as well. Oh, right, yeah, chat's really good at stress testing me. No, it's been good last lot of streams. It's been a while since I've been fully stress tested, although haven't seen Chris around.
Mark Holson says you're doing it wrong.
There you go. That's how you do it, Mark. You're doing it wrong, Sion. 3966. Okay, it's a little bit slower again than before.
Mako says lol Mark.
We're up to 38 degrees. I'll monitor during the day. I'll add no, open folder. Test-Jig. Open. Come on. Okay. Okay, let's have it print. Okay, so I just need to call what do I want to do? Do I want to do a sub-process call or do I want to do a p open? I don't know. No, I want to get the results back. I want to do a check output. I think is what I want to do.
The secret engineer says to monitor the temp type watch N1 of Jenko measure temp. It updates every second. Best on a new terminal.
Yeah, I can't do that. That doesn't help me. Well, I mean, I can do that, but that's not what I want to do. Temp equals what am I doing? Okay. Let's see if this works. So every time I start my Test-Jig, I actually reset the USB hub on it because I get these issues with USB. GPI 0. I don't know if I've got GPI 0 installed. don't think so. I'm using GPI 0. This is fine. I can just call sub-process. Well, the thing is, Tim, it's when I might have 200 boards sitting here that I'm testing. Like a tester board, pull it out, put the next one in, tester board, pull it out, put it in. It goes in bursts of hours at a time of some pretty full-on hitting the pie. CPU temp, oh, okay, well, 39 degrees. I'll have to, it's come back as a byte string, that's okay, I'll clean that up. But 39 degrees. What I want to do on my other Pi, my other test jig I've got sitting here, is put the temp code on and compare them. See how hot this one gets when it's not clocked down. Just replying to someone on Discord. Oh, it's not replying. So it's a well discussed and opinionated topic. People strongly argue for both sides. But you're not seeing noise from no USB shield to ground. If you were, you'd see it on your RPi as well. Someone telling me that I have to shield my USB to ground, that not shielding it, that's gone to 40 degrees, not shielding it is wrong, and that's just incorrect. Yeah, the Pi 3 is much cooler, but also slower. What on earth was that? Sounded like a cow moving. Yeah, that was some vehicle going past or something. Yeah. Show the temp on the OLED. Yeah, I could do that. Doesn't really matter. This is just for my own monitoring right now, so I can look back in the history and see it. On the OLED, I'll miss it. 39:34, so it was sat idle for a couple of minutes then while I was typing. This poor Pro S3 being flashed again and again and again. Okay, how long have I been going for? Whoa, almost 2.5 hours. Okay, after this attempt, I am going to call it a day or call it a stream. It is a stream. And get onto pick and placing, manufacturing. So let's just see how this one goes. Ooh, that was a slower again. Interesting. Back up to 40 degrees. Let's see if it goes higher. One more time. Sadly, I have a day job too. That sucks. When are you coming over, Peter? I've got a lot of boards you can help me build. More than what I said the other day on my Patreon. Thanks for joining, Quindor. Sorry I didn't catch your last stream on the weekend, or my weekend. It's been tough with the kids, end of school holidays, but they're back at school now. Come on, do it. There you go. Okay, so it seems to be hovering around 40 degrees now. And that is much cooler than the other one used to be. than it used to be before I downclocked it. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is a keeper, folks. I think you may have allowed me to not get new PCBs spun, which is great, because if I don't need new PCBs spun, I have enough PCBs here to build more test jigs, and I don't have to wait for new PCBs. So that is awesome. This change was unexpected. I did not realize I could do this. I mean, obviously I need to test it for much longer periods of time.
Mako says soon glad to have seen the last part of the stream CR.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it, Mako. Yeah, that's great. That is fantastic, folks. I should have asked the stream earlier. Yeah, I mean, if I ever do respin the PCBs, I will still make those gaps and holes. 2 features are lowest idle. It's a lack of PLLs on the sock. I'm happy for it to, like, sitting somewhere between, as long as it goes as low as it did before.
The secret engineer says yay.
Might need to be Saturday though. Well, yeah, let's chat during the week, rest of the week, Peter, because I'll let you know on the next Patreon video what just happened, but something happened overnight. Yeah, and it's going to be mayhem, absolute mayhem. Okay, folks, thank you all, and yeah, that's really cool. I'm very happy for this. Thank you so much. I got plenty of pies lying around, so I can make test. I got cases. I bought lots of cases. I can make test jigs, and I just need to print a whole bunch of stuff. And I can still do some other things like fix the bottom acrylic, put slots in it to help with the heat coming off the bottom, because I can feel the warmth here. Well, you can't see it. Feel the warmth here, so I could
Mako says don't
open
eat
that
all
up.
the plenty pies though.
Don't eat all the plenty pies though. No, I won't. Although raspberry and apple pie, yum. Okay, thanks everyone. Take care. Thanks to everyone that did all the super chats and super stickers. It was awesome. It was really nice of you all. What? Thanks, Jack McMack. I'm gonna get that last one in. Bye all. Make good choices. Or make choices. Just choices is a good start. See you later, salad hater. See you around like a fruit. What? Mark! Poo. Mark just sent poo. Poo to the chat. Okay. On that note, it's not a note. Bye everyone. Take care. Look, I've even got new ending images. Bye.